All right. Hello, everybody. It's been a while since I have been on YouTube, and I apologize for that because it's kind of been a couple of crazy weeks. And right now, I'm trying to work on another project. I'm trying to figure out how to log into Chinese TikTok, and I'm going to figure it out. And once I figure it out, I'll let you guys know all that too, because it's been giving me some serious issues. If anybody knows how to log into Chinese TikTok, by the way, um, please leave it in the comments because I'm super interested in getting on Chinese TikTok. I have paid somebody on Fiverr to do it for me. Every time I try to do it, it says that the system is busy. I know other people have been having this issue. I've tried VPNs. I've tried somebody actually in China is able to do it, but I am not able to do it. So it's kind of a pain. So, um, hello everybody. Oops, sorry. I'm like hitting you guys around. Um, if you're coming in here live, if you just want to say uh, where you're tuning in from, I don't usually do lives this late. It's like 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, but um, and it's been a while since I've been on YouTube. So again, I apologize for that. So today I wanted to talk about, and feel free to chime in and ask any questions, but today I wanted to talk about different ways, different things that you should be doing on your WeChat account if you are targeting. This is only if you are marketing and if you're targeting the Chinese marketplace. So we all know, and this, I'm not going to be talking about how to get your account verified on here, because that is a whole other thing. You have to get someone to verify you that's on WeChat and can verify. But here I'm going to be talking about different things that you can do to, once you're on WeChat, different things that you can do to really use your WeChat account as like a funnel. So the first thing that you need to do in, well, this doesn't count as one of the things, but the first thing that you should do is you should change your WeChat ID. So if you haven't already done that, make sure you go and you change your WeChat ID. And hi guys, I see more people popping on. If you're coming in here, if you just want to say hi, so I know who's here, because I like to know who I'm talking to. The first thing you want to do is make sure you go and change your WeChat ID. And remember, this can only be changed once a year. This is not the name, but this is your actual WeChat code. It doesn't show to people unless you're friends with them. But so if I were to go and look, I can't see the WeChat ID, but you want to make sure that you're searchable by it, and you want to match it to your old school. So, for example, when I worked at VIP Kid, my WeChat ID was Jillian VF. So if I were still working at VIP Kid, or if I wanted those people, it's been a long time, so they're not going to look for me. But if I wanted those students to search for me using my VIP Kid name, then I would make my WeChat ID Jillian VF. And that way they're able to find me, because that's what they're doing. They're going, and the first thing they do when they're looking for their old teacher is they're putting in your teacher ID or your teacher name or whatever information they have. So if you are able to do that, that's the first thing you should be doing. You can't use emojis. So I know a lot of your Palfish IDs are like Teacher Marie, Star, Fish, Fireworks, Flower. You can't do that. So you'd have to change something in there. But you can only change your WeChat ID once a year. That is not one of the tips I'm giving you, but I am going to give you that. The other thing that you need to know is kind of a warning. So this is your big warning label. If you are new on WeChat, the last thing that you want to do is go on and start flagging the system for being spammy. So just like any social media, they have those flags that's like warning, warning, warning. The computer system thinks that you might be a spam account, like you might be a spammer or a scammer. So let's block the account. Let's limit it. Let's restrict it. Like Instagram has that, right? Like if you people, like back in the day, people would go on adding sprees. I'm sure they still do. Or they'd have bots that would go on their Instagram and just add. So today, if you were to go on Instagram and you were to pay one of these bots to grow your Instagram account, they're actually going to get your Instagram account locked because they have these tools to see that you're a bot. The same thing if you go on Facebook and you send out, I know like a lot of the MLMs do this, like, hey girl, I'm selling this and I wanted to know if you wanted to buy it. And then like you copy that message and you paste it and you send it to like, I don't know, 600 people. You're going to be blocked like off of Facebook and you're going to be put in Facebook jail long before you ever get to those 600 people. So WeChat has the same thing. You need to be careful if you have a new WeChat account, especially the last thing you want to do is try to go and join every group. And I know a lot of teachers do this. They go and they try to join every single group. And when they're joining these groups, and then adding all these people, like say you join a group and then you're like, add friend, add friend, add friend, add friend, and you try to like add or request everybody in the groups as a friend, it's going to restrict your account. So make sure that, if you do it the right way, you're not going to have to add anybody anyways. They're going to come to you. But make sure that you are not flagging the account. Because you don't want, I mean, if your account's restricted or limited, then you can't do anything on it and it's no good to have it, right? If you have a friend on WeChat and you get like this little, it's like a little red pop-up and it'll say, I can't remember exactly what it says. I'd have to go and look, but it'll say something like, warning, this user hasn't been verified. It might be a spam account. Don't send or receive money to them or to and from them. That means that their account is like either in the process of getting flagged, like they're already kind of on a warning, but they don't know it, or it's a new account and they're giving you that like warning, like, hey, this is a new account. It might be like a scammer. So if you see your friend has that message, like they start messaging you on WeChat and you see that they have that message, just go ahead and let them know, like, hey, your account might be restricted soon. Be careful what you're doing. Don't like do too much. Don't go adding everybody and, don't go trying to like join all the groups because that's what happens. If you do all of that, your account's going to be restricted. Okay. Was there anything else that I wanted to say before I go into the tips? This is why I don't like to do lives, but you guys say you like lives, so that's what I'm doing, even though I'm doing it at a weird time now. So, all right. So now you're on WeChat. You know the rules. You know what to do to be found and what to do to avoid being kicked off or restricted from WeChat. The next thing you need to do is you need to start marketing yourself. And I'm going to give you guys 5 tips here so that you can learn how to market yourself in a way that's like 5 things that you should be doing right off the bat. And actually, I wrote them down differently and I'll do it this way. Okay. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to have a business plan. And I know this sounds like very like obvious, but a lot of people, they start marketing or start trying to market themselves on WeChat without a business plan. And I do understand where this is coming from. This is because there are so many of you guys who are suddenly like being forced into being entrepreneurs. Before you were independent contractors, you worked for a company and you did the things that you had to do per the company's rules. So you figured out like, okay, like these are the company's rules and this is what I have to do. I will open my schedule. I don't have to do any marketing, with the exception of like Palfish and, there are some other things that you could do. Oh, sorry about that. I'm not usually doing YouTubes at this time either, right? There are some other things that you can do for some of the companies, but for the most part, you're not bringing in the students. You're not doing any marketing. You're just showing up. You're existing. You're opening your schedule, and they're coming to you. This is a little bit different. And now you have to realize that now you have to become your own boss, your own marketing team, your own customer service. And in order to do that, you're going to have some sort of a marketing plan or a business plan. Sorry. So your business plan should include how much you're going to charge for your classes, and you need to figure out like like figure out how much you're going to charge for your classes, and then you're going to need to figure out how you're going to teach your classes and how you're going to collect money for the classes. If you haven't already, I made another YouTube video maybe a couple weeks ago talking about how to get paid using WeChat Pay. You can connect WeChat Pay to Stripe and then invoice your potential students. And in this marketing plan, you should also have set up package deals. And there are a couple reasons for that. So the first reason that you want a package deal is because they like to buy packages. That's what they're used to doing with all these other companies, and they don't want to do one class at a time for the most part. Once they like a teacher, they want to get a better deal with you by buying like a bigger chunk of the classes. And your packages should be a little bit cheaper than they should be if you're to do like just one-time classes. But the other reason that you want to do a package deal, this is especially true if you're doing WeChat Pay. Because with WeChat Pay, it's not like what we're used to for Stripe or for PayPal or for anything that we buy outside of China. When we go to buy it, we click the buy button and then we're charged for it and we get our product or service. But with China, it's a little bit different. You have to create an invoice and you have to email the invoice to them every single time, or get the QR code for it for WeChat Pay every single time you want to do that. So you're going to want to make sure that you have your WeChat Pay integrated with your Stripe account or have an alternate method. As far as, I see some more people popped on. So if you want to say hi, so I know who's here, and feel free to ask any questions at any point in time. Did I clap? Romeo, stop it. This is life. You guys said you like lives. Okay. This is on you. I would have cut that had I recorded it. Okay. So, that's one of the benefits is you can sell a large chunk of packages at one time, and it's going to be better for you because you're not going to have to create a slew of invoices. So if they're taking class twice a week, you don't have to invoice them twice a week because they've already bought those packages. They've already bought those lessons. And then you'll want to have some sort of tool to keep track of everything that you're doing. I like to use Google Sheets, and that's what I use for all my stuff. It's free and it's easy and it's kind of like Excel. So have your business plan all set out. Like, this is what I'm going to charge. This is what I'm going to do my classes. These are the things that I'm going to use in my business. And make sure when you're setting your rates, make sure that you're not undervaluing or undercharging for the value of your classes. So you're also going to notice that once you get on WeChat and you get going, that there are going to be a lot of freebie finders on there. So there are going to be a lot of parents out there that they're just looking, they're looking for the next free class. They're looking for the next free trial, and they're bouncing around and grabbing like free trials from all the teachers that they can find. So they're going on there, they're adding all the teachers they can find, and then they're grabbing a free trial. And I'm going to tell you right now that nothing is for free, and you should not just be giving a free trial. Every once in a while, you might like end up getting someone who is legitimately interested in purchasing lessons from you. But a lot of the people that are coming to you, they're really just looking for free trials, because what happened is you had all these teachers from all over the world that were teaching, and then suddenly they all they're all on WeChat and they're all looking for students, and they're all offering these free trials. So now it's not just like, hey, I can get like a free trial from VIP Kid and a free trial from Palefish and a free trial from Magic Ears, which is what these parents did before. But now they're like, I can get a free trial from Jill and from Pat and from Lisa and from Megan and for Tommy and from Frank. And like, oh, look at all these free trials I'm getting. And I mean, obviously, if they're looking to buy, they're going to go with the person that they like the most, but or that matches their needs the most. But I would really seriously consider, first of all, vetting the people that are coming in. So don't just do a free trial and be like, hey, I'll see you there. Really find out, really find out exactly what their needs are. Like, how old is your child? Or, you know, who is the student? Find out who the student is, how long they've been studying English for, um, what they want to focus on. And for my students, I always ask, would you rather have a focus on reading, writing, or like your verbal skills? Because all the lessons that I teach, they all have a focus on that, or they all have all of the above in there, but there are different focuses that you can have. So you guys are really quiet. I wonder if you guys are super duper quiet. Last time that you guys were quiet like this, there were comments going off in the chat box, but I couldn't see them. I wonder if that's what's happening today, or if you guys are just quiet. Oh, yeah, guys are just quiet. Okay. So that's the first thing that you're going to want, is you're going to want to have a business plan. The next thing that you're going to want is you're going to want to have a marketing plan. And this is a little bit different than it would be if you had a mainland China account, because you are unable to use a lot of the services and the apps and stuff that are within WeChat without a mainland China account. You have to kind of work around that. But you can do marketing through your moments through WhatsApp. You could do marketing through pictures that you share. You can do marketing through referrals. You can do marketing through your groups. You can do marketing in different ways. But really sit down and hash out a plan for what the marketing is going to entail. You should, I've noticed a lot of people are going on WeChat and their marketing plan is to spam all the groups. Their marketing, I'm not sure it's quite a plan, but I think it's more along the lines of, I'm here and I'm ready and I want to get the students, but I'm not quite sure where to go with this yet. So their marketing plan has become more along the lines of, I'm going to join all the groups that I can get in, make all the connections that I can get in, and I'm going to turn into like almost a bot, like messaging all the groups and all the people my class information. And well, first of all, that's a good way to get flagged by the system to have your account restricted. But second of all, that's also not going to work, because you're not building that connection, you're not building that relationship with them. And there are a million other teachers that are doing this. So it's not going to be a successful venture to do this. What you should be doing, and this is tip number 3, what you should be doing is creating a WeChat group. And I do have a course. We've been going over this a little bit. This is obviously going to be not a super long video where I dive into all the specifics, because that gets a little labor intensive, I guess. But what you are going to want to do is have a WeChat group that is set for the people that you're trying to attract. And you're going to be doing a lot of your marketing through your WeChat group. A lot of people are going to be referring people into your WeChat group. So once you have a good group going with a good plan going in it, and it's providing them something valuable, they're going to start adding their friends to this group. A WeChat group can accept 500 people in it. So after it reaches 500 people, you'll have to open up a new one. I think I have like 11 WeChat groups going. Like it does get pretty um it does get pretty full really quickly because you will have the parents that are don't even bark. There's no reason. Sorry. But you'll have the people, the members of the group, they'll be adding their friends into it. So they will fill up pretty quickly if you're providing a group that is worth their time. Um, the next thing, and I hope you guys all have this already. This is a really, really, really cool thing to have is a virtual business card. And I don't know if there's like another name for it. That's what I'm calling them. I've talked about this in my Facebook group a couple of times, and I will put the link to that in the description box later on. But I've talked about this in my Facebook group a couple of times about the virtual business card. So it's really exactly what it sounds like. On your virtual business card, you're going to want to have your QR code and any information that you want shared around, because what's going to happen is the teachers, or I'm sorry, the parents that are taking, or the students that are taking your classes. When I say parents, it's because I teach kids. I understand you don't all teach kids. So parents and students are interchangeable in this. But what they're going to do is they're going to start sharing it. Like, oh, does anybody know of an English teacher? I've seen this because I'm in some of the WeChat groups that are just parents. And they'll be like, oh, does anybody know of a WeChat group that is or I'm sorry, does anybody know of a teacher who can teach XYZ, or does anybody have any teacher recommendations? And the first thing they'll do is they'll share your virtual business card. You can go into Canva or any other like photo editing app. I recommend to put a picture of yourself on there and your WeChat ID. You can put your rates if you want to. You can put like your certifications, like anything that you feel that you want to have shared. Um, you can put on your WeChat card and on your virtual card, and it will be spread throughout the groups by the parents or by the students who enjoy working with you. It's a really good way for your name to get out there. You can also like drop it in your moments. You can drop it. I have seen people drop it in groups. I really don't recommend to drop sales pitches in groups because first of all, it doesn't work. And second of all, it makes the group spammy, and then the groups go bloop. If you are going to be dropping your WeChat, or I'm sorry, if you're going to be dropping your sales or your virtual business card into any groups, then make sure that you're also doing something else in the group. Make sure that you are a productive member of the group and that you're adding whatever is meant to be added into the group, whatever value that group is meant to have. Make sure that you're adding that in there, because otherwise you just become the spammy salesperson. And personally, I do have a couple of my groups. I do have I've had teachers join, and I the second that they start spamming my group, they're out. Like, I no warnings, nothing. And some of you may have been kicked out of my WeChat groups before. I know I've gotten messages before, and but it's like it's right in the group rules that you're not going to be spamming, because you don't want your groups to turn into big spam pots. It's not going it's going to end up doing the exact opposite of what you want your groups to be for. And those are for you to connect to potential students. And you don't want to have you just don't want it. Just imagine if you were a part of any kind of group and you went there for whatever reason, and then it ended up just being an advertisement page. um Nobody wants that. Don't go and request people, just random people that are in groups. Don't go and request them to be your friends, unless you have a good reason to. Just because they're a member of the group doesn't mean that they want to be your friend. They will request you. And if you don't have a WeChat group, make sure you have a WeChat group of your own where you are the admin, because you become the go-to person. You become the like expert of the group expert. And then number 5, the last thing that you need is you're going to need a landing page and an email collector. And uh, I will go into, or I am going into all of this in a lot more detail in the course, like breaking down exactly what your marketing plan should be and how to do it. It's extremely detailed, where other, I don't want to say this, there's nothing out there like this right now. It breaks down exactly what you need to post, when you need to post, how you need to post, who you're posting to, what you need to be putting in your moments, what you need to be putting in your WeChat groups, how to grow your WeChat. Like it breaks down everything. But you do, if you're doing this without it, like, I just want you to know that you should really, really, really have a landing page and an email collector. And the reason for the landing page, so for those of you who don't know what a landing page is, um, a landing page is going to be a website that you can check to make sure, or a website that you send people to get information, or to, you know, collect their emails, to do the other things. Like, one of the things that's great about having a landing page, especially when you're marketing through WeChat, which is mostly done through messaging, is that you don't have to repeat yourself 10,000 times. So on any given day, I might have like I don't even know. I don't even know because I've never counted. On any given day, I might have like 20 new parents that have messaged me saying, "Hey, do you have an intro video? Where are you from? What are your qualifications? What courseware do you use?" And the one of the things that you should put on your landing page is all the information that you're being asked. So you can tell parents like, "Hey, this is my link. Go check it. Make sure your link works in China. But hey, this is my link. Go check it. Like, all the questions are answered there. You can see my intro video. Make sure you put that up, and a link to your courses or whatever, and then have something there where they can enter their email information, so you can collect their email. There are a couple different reasons you want to collect emails. And even though email isn't the primary mode of messaging, they do use their email. WeChat is like number one, but first of all, you want to have that backup information. So if anything ever happens, you, like with your WeChat, you get restricted, you get locked out, anything like that, you still have a way to contact those contacts. And the second way is so that you can send them personalized marketing things. You can let them know if you have a sale going on. Anything that you want to let them know, you'll be able to also let them know in, like, through their email. Again, you don't want to get spammy, but it is a really good marketing technique, because it's it's hard. It's harder to do things through WeChat for a lot of the things. Um, WeChat is basically, it's going to turn into kind of like a sales funnel. So like all of your contacts will come from WeChat. Like your contacts will come from WeChat, and then they'll be funneled down into potential students. And not all of your WeChat contacts are going to be potential students, but um, they there are a lot of potential students there. A couple of things that I wanted to touch on here. So a lot of people are worried about teaching in China now. A lot of people have voiced concern that they will get parents in trouble or that they're going to get in trouble. At this point in time, there are no rules regarding independent contractors or regarding parents hiring their own private tutor, parents slash students. There are no rules regarding that. Nobody's going to get in trouble for it. These rules were they're meant for and they apply to the companies that were hiring foreign teachers based in China. So that's first of all, like, don't worry about it. If this is something you want to do it. Second of all, realize that China is not the only place you can market to, and Chinese students are not the only they're not the only students that are learning English, and English is not the only thing that you can teach. So if you're looking to teach something and maybe you started by teaching English, but you realize that you would much rather be a history teacher, or you would much rather teach how to do string art, or I don't know, anything. You would much rather teach piano lessons. I've actually had parents asking for recommendations for piano teachers before. So there's a market there too. Realize that you don't have to just teach English, and you can teach anyone, anywhere, anything. Online education isn't going anywhere. And I don't want you to think that you're kind of like stuck in I'm teaching Chinese students how to speak English, because that's not the case. You can go anywhere and you can teach anyone anything. I don't know. I think there was something else I was going to say. This is why I pre-record them, but I didn't. I kind of just went on here. Does anybody have any questions? If anybody has any questions about any of this stuff, I was kind of hoping maybe I shouldn't have done this at such a weird time. I was kind of hoping that we could get like a conversation going, and I could answer some of your questions while I was on here live. I have been on WeChat for a couple of years now. I had to get a WeChat because I was mentoring for Palefish, and in order to be a mentor on Palefish, I had to have a WeChat account, because that's where they did all their communications. The admin communicated with the mentors. So I'm not new to WeChat. I guess quickly found out that there was I wasn't planning on teaching ESL in China. I was planning on staying in out school, and then I kind of accidentally figured out all the ins and outs of WeChat and the marketing techniques and how everything works, and it's been very, very, very successful. I think the one thing that you should remember is that WeChat is through word of mouth. So you want to be the person that they are referring for their other friends in China. You want, like, you can't go on WeChat, you can't go like in a Facebook group. You can't go ahead and just join a WeChat group by searching people who want to learn English in the search bar. It's not going to come up. The WeChat groups are secret, and you can only come into one either through a QR code if the group is small, or by being invited. So it is a lot different. Everything is going to be through referrals and word of mouth. And I will tell you right now that they love to refer and they love to talk about the things that they like and that they found. So once you figure that out, your referrals grow really quickly, and your WeChat, your classes, your schedules, all of that is going to grow really quickly. It's so quiet in here. I am never doing a live at 11:30 at night again. I'm not doing it. I don't care how it fits into my schedule. It doesn't fit into your guys's. If you have any questions, whether you're watching the replay or this live, you can drop them in the comment section below and I will answer them. I do have, and I put the link in the description box for this too. I do have a course that I'm running right now. It started on Monday, but you can feel free to jump in at any point in time that you feel like it. It's a more like a do at your own pace class, and it is but there is like live help, and it breaks down the marketing strategies, and it really deep dives into some pretty intense marketing strategies that you normally wouldn't think about if you're not familiar with marketing at all, and if you're not familiar with WeChat. It's not like a tutorial group. It's not like hey, I'm going to give you some tips or whatever. Like, this really focuses on hashing out your business plan and exactly what you should be doing. In the description box, there is a coupon code that I put. It's for 25% off. So if that's something that you wanted to do, I do have a coupon for it right now for Golden Week. So it goes until the coupon is valid until October 9th. But again, if you're watching this and you have any questions, drop them in the comment box and I'll do my best to answer. I'm going to end this because I have no idea who's on here, but hello people that are on here. And I will see you guys all later. Bye, guys.